To our beloved college president, Dr. Lourdes Almeda Sese, our Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Maria Regina Milagros C. Manabat, our grade school principal, Dr. Elena R. Manalo, grade school academic chairs, Mrs. Evangeline B. Bahoy and Ms. Jocelyn M. Torres, dear teachers, parents, guardians, fellow completers, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Grade 6 Completers 2022, good day to all and welcome to our 10th Commencement Day. We are all gathered here together at St. Michael's College of Laguna to celebrate our 10th Commencement Day. This day is one of the most important events of our lives. I know that every event, such as this day, provides us with the feelings of happiness and sadness. There is happiness because we reached our goal. We are moving on. And most of all, our parents are happy. There is sadness because we may be leaving each other. Some may go and some might stay. We are looking forward to seeing each other again this coming school year at our St. Michael's College of Laguna's Junior High School. If before, our goal was to finish grade 6, now our goal has to be bigger. And that is not only finishing junior high school, but aiming for the best that we can in the field that we will embark on. It will only be possible if we will properly use what we have learned in our grade school. Thus, we are so grateful for this time has come. It is indeed an opportune time to thank you all and welcome you to our 10th Commencement Day. May this day serve as a challenge for us to continue to perform our tasks as responsible pupils, as loving children to our parents, as good followers of God, and as responsible citizens of the world. Thank you, and enjoy watching the premiere of our 10th Commencement Day.
Welcome to the 10th Middle School Commencement Day and the 7th Junior High School Closing Ceremony. Let us join them as they receive their passport to higher learning despite all the challenges of the global health crisis. They were able to survive, thrive, and prevail. Let us welcome our graduation marshals, Ms. Dina V. Sarabia and Mrs. Sharon Bernas Salud. Please also welcome our Associate College Registrar, Ms. Antonia Carmela I. Dichoso. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Vice Chair of this year's graduation and commencement exercises, our College Registrar, Ms. Esmirna D.M. Roque. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome our candidates for completion. Candidates for completion from grade 6 discipline with our advisor, Mrs. Evangeline E. Bahoy. Entering the hall are the candidates for completion from Grade 6 Dignity, with their advisor, Ms. Jeneline L. Villar. Parents may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, let us usher the entrance of the completers, candidates from the junior high school. Candidates for completion from grade 10 St. Michael with our advisor, Ms. Josephine L. Torres. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the candidates for completion from grade 10 St. Gabriel with our advisor, Dr. Morena P. Guillermo. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the candidates for completion from grade 10 St. Raphael with our advisor, Mrs. Glinda C. Peñaflor. Please welcome the candidates for graduation for completion from grade 10 St. Uriel with our advisor, Mr. Kevin A. Limosinero. For completers from grade 10 St. Barakiel, together with our advisor, Mr. Mark Alvin T. Talabucon. Candidates for completion from Greater St. Judiel, with our advisor, Ms. Rizame L. Amador. Candidates for completion from Greater St. Judiel, with our advisor, Ms. Abigail S. Mahusay. Let us welcome the candidates for conclusion from Greater St. Jeremiel with our advisor, Ms. Riza May L. Amador. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now welcome the faculty and administrators of SMCL. Entering the hall are the Council of Heads and their faculty, headed by Ms. Roslyn Torres, followed by the primary teachers. with Mrs. Evangeline B. Bahoy. Please welcome from the Department of Languages and Literature, headed by Ms. Abigail Mahusay. From the Department of Science, headed by Ms. Ida C. Dayawan. From the Department of Mathematics, headed by Ms. Marilyn A. Angeles. From the Department of Computer Education, headed by Mr. Kevin C. Limusinero. Please welcome the MAPE and TLE faculty with Mrs. Evangeline Bahoy. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now usher the entrance of the members of the Management Committee. OIC Director for Administration, Janet R. Dizon. Director, Information Technology, Michael Jesse Theodore A. Sese. Head Representative to the MANCOM, Maria Linda D. Pino. Administrator of Luisa L. Limaco Senior High School, Dr. Nestor V. Hadi. Principal of the SMCL Junior High School and Human Resources Officer, Dr. Emily A. Almendral. Principal, SMCL Grade School, and Associate Quality Management Representative, Dr. Elena R. Manalo. Please welcome the Vice President for Academics and Research and Director for Planning, Quality Management System, and External and Alumni Relations, Dr. Maria Regina Milagros C. Manabat. Please welcome the member of the Board of Directors of the Megalunda Educational Corporation, Mr. Apolinaris V. Casteltor. Approaching, ladies and gentlemen, is Jerry R. Aldueza carrying the President's emblem. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our college president, Dr. Lourdes Almeida Sese. Together with our graduation conclusion speaker, journalist and media practitioner, Ms. Marinette A. Retona. 10th Commencement Day for middle school and the 7th closing ceremony for High School will now begin. All rise for the procession of colors. Ladies and gentlemen, the Philippine National Anthem to be followed by our institutional prayer.
Ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, kelas ng sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitindig. Luman ang araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya ng pagkay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Institutional Prayer. Lord, we turn our life and will over to you, that we will cease to struggle alone, but instead, allow you to lift us up on eagle's wings. Saint Michael, defender of the Church of God, take us under your care and protection. This we humbly pray. Amen.
To welcome us all in this morning's assembly is this year's with high honors from grade 6 class of 2022. Please welcome Fernando Guillier P. Agustin.
To our beloved President, Dr. Lourdes Almeda Sese, our guest speaker, Ms. Marilyn A. Retona, our Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Maria Regina Milagros C. Manabat, members of the Management Committee, Council of Heads, faculty members, parents, and fellow candidates, a pleasant morning and welcome to yet another momentous occasion in our life. I warmly welcome you all to St. Michael's College of Laguna's 10th Middle School Commencement Day and 7th Junior High School Closing Ceremony. Today is indeed monumental. After 2 years of virtual assemblies, we are now having our completion ceremonies face to face. It is like getting things into its normal way with some major adjustments. After 6 years, we, the grade 6 pupils, successfully transitioned from being little kids who are always abuzz with energy to being adolescents who are starting to have a better understanding of how the world around us works. We eagerly look forward to the fresh and exciting adventures of high school life. While for our junior high school, you are stepping up a notch higher from being adventurous grade 10 to braver and smarter teenagers to face the challenges of the senior high school. As completers, we remain grateful and hopeful. We believe that the whole universe conspired to make this day possible. We would not be all standing here today filled with so much hope for the future if it were not for the outpouring of love, patience, and support from our parents, teachers, classmates, friends, and of course, our alma mater. We thank you for not giving up on us and for molding us into the individuals that we are now. We could not have done it without you. We are hopeful that no matter what the new government officials will be deciding or planning upon, especially in terms of educational landscape, may it all be for everyone's welfare into a better normal. Thus, it calls for more of our agility, resilience, and adaptability to thrive and survive. So, without further ado, on behalf of the graduating class of 2022, I welcome you again to St. Michael's College of Laguna's 10th Middle School Commencement Day and 7th Junior High School Closing Ceremony. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Fernando, for your message to class 2022.
Welcome to the 19th Students' Talents and Academic Recognition Awards for school year 2021-2022. Grade 1 with honors. Achura Alexander Lucas A. Aguilera Calvin Bartholomew L. Amorin John Margaret N. Argana Marcus Gabriel R. Arzola Yohan Jeffrey D. Aurelio Audriel Jean M. Barrios Cayenne Blythe D. Beltran Isabella F. Borromeo Andrea Cassandra Elise V. Cagadas Marcus Javier M. Carillo Liam Nicolas D. Chua Prince Joros A. Cuevas Dana Lexine D. Cuevas Kiel Francis N. Quizon Rian Ashley D. De Los Santos Desireen Nadine D. Laurito Jason Christine C. Macasinag Yuan Philip D. Marquez Anthony Joshua G. Minardo Yanis Kael L. Natal Francis Gian G. Opeña Dylan Gavin A. Orbita Kit Amethy S. Python Marco Emil Q. Parocha Sebastian M. Raflores Yen Timothy B. Rebote Jaden Vic P. Redondo Danica A. Roldan Gian S. Roque Ashton Zachary B. Sadi Kurt Harold S. Sanchez Cassie Zia Z. Uy Nicola Orion B. Villasoto Siegfried Martin R. Yambao Aubrey Brain S. Yema A. Skyler D. Zamora Brielle Haley A. Grade 2 with Honors. Alomia Charles Angelo M. Alonte Von Alrich S. Amadore Yuri May C. Arda Cassandra Cassidy E. Balubar Persian Lu D. Behasa Arzeus Blaine A. Cagadas Philip Joaquin M. Casono Ray Daniel M. De Guzman Mika N. Delina John Daniel M. Dizon Saabina Trish S. Esguera Jeric Raymark S. Flores Maria Jewel Kylin A. Gregorio Mary Shiloh Belinda F. Gripon Deron Williams C. Ignacio Toby Gregory S. Irabon Zoe P. Limpoco Johanna A. Mercado Antonelia J. Molavin Isabella Frances P. Ocomen Rendell Klein M. Ortiz Cali Kirsten J. Peñafiel Earl John N. Kimpo Dave Marco E. Racoma Alexi F. Renandang Anika C. Reyes Caitlin Erica A. Reyes Zaitel Charmaine S. Serrano Jayela M. Tenido Marius Andre E. Villanueva Nia Clarion C. Grade 3 with Honors. Albacete Samantha Claire M. Angkilo Briella Chloe C. Aquino Ayin A. Babas Seraphim Sacho Y. Bautista Mateo Irvin. Kasipit Alia Marie A. Kasubha Ashanti Chanel V. Kauyan Jacob Daniel G. Cuevas Dariel Lira D. De Leon Audriel Sofia. De la Peña Amity Nicole A. De los Reyes Cirque JD G. Disipeda Jihan Daniel T. Erasmo Shelai Marie Joy R. Escopete Jacob C. Espiritu Hera Chris Yana E. Evangelista Audrey Zabina. Gawat Dave Matthew B. Gonzalez Asher Jaden M. Kalugdan Jean Elijah O. Laureo Jewel B. Mercado Penelope Shello A. Nono Fran Edrich A. Nowiki Jack M. Omajo Alexander Elijah F. Prohemo Cian Mar C. Pulmano Gabriela Emery A. Ramirez Ivan Hill. Renandang Akil C. Rivera Iserson Jr. C. Sabas Liam Emmanuel A. Salvacion Thea A. Sobrevilla Shandy Yvonne M. Soriano Crystal Gale. Chansing Loishen Riles M. Chosen Tabitha Eunice. Uy Mayumi Ohana B. Villanueva Marjorie A. Grade 4 with high honors. Barnachea Carl Jesse S. With honors, Andalion Jans Zuriel C. Apilada Chase Martin P. Bederico Hans Eldridge A. Bernardo Iana Nicole M. Bongat Micaela P. Castillo Jacob Rafael L. Kaubang Zailin Ila Grace V. Kauyan David Joshua G. De Leon Jace Dylan. Eustaquio Francesca Miles B. Galicia Rian Colleen A. Go Candice Isabel. Martinez Sean Chandre. Melo Rovic Cruz A. Naval Sofia Cassandra S. Nazarionda Angeli Phil Saint. Necio Beatriz Gabriel C. Nuelan Russell James L. Padagdag Gabriel. Paelmo Philip Marco B. Peralta Emmanuel John I. Reyes Lord Elio V. Reyes Nico Angelo D. Reynoso Micaela May. Samson Carissa A. Serrano Jazel M. Sevilio Nadine Rain G. Silvestre Sofia Gabriel. Tadoy Janelle Sandri O. Tobeo Matt Randall P. Torres Nathan Vince. Vera Cruz Julian Ray M. Wagan Blian Jade M. Zamora Chris Alwin T. Grade 5 with high honors, Ganotisi Ian Matthew G. With honors, Acob Alexandra Micaela. Basan Roynald C. Bautista John Alfred P. Beltran Relina Althea F. De Chavez Mabon Kailin. De Mata Maria Sofia E. Ferrer Aracelia S. Golong Ayesha Jaden G. Gomez Juan Lorenzo G. Lantoria Kevin. Laurio Jacob B. Laysan Daryl Yuli B. Lian Samantha Gabriel N. Marfil Gerald Matthew E. Mercado Rain Aiden J. Palentinos Isabel Nina Jenny R. Parocha Aliana Nicole M. Pillarina Markiel Alina. Reyes Miguel Ray D. Ruiz Paul Aldrin B. Sabalboro Lance Gian Q. Tan Mary Asheline A. Changsing Norishel Isabel M. Tobeo Rian P. Yatko Cheyan Dion Y. Third place, Rizal Declamation Contest, Binyan City History Arts and Tourism Office, Barnachea Carl Jesse S. United Nations Grade School Speech Fest. First place, Demata Maria Sofia E. Second place, Agustin Fernando Guillier P. Third place, Ganotisi Matthew Ian G. Congratulations! Grade 7
with high honors, Havar Hyacinth N. With honors, Abdon Precious Ayen B. Agnasan Wayne Andre C. Alano Angela B. Almazan Rain Yohi C. Almenanza Isabel Althea A. Almendral Yorel A. Austria Charles Aaron E. Babas Damien Michio Y. Baldicañas Von Uriel P. Beato Sandina J. Borebor Jun Erwin A. Caceres Angeliza T. Gambel Jerome Gabriel C. Cruz Saraya May P. Cueto Ashley O. Kusipag Lorraine L. Dalangin Casey Juliana C. Damian Prince Kyle Andre B. David Kim Francesca B. Delmo Nicolas Santiago A. Dima Felix Joan Gail G. Entena Enrico Manuel D. Erispe Trisha Marie P. Fernandez Love Catriz A. Fortunado Froilan III R. Galang Sofia Alexandra D. Garcia Kate Ashley C. Generoso Nash Joshua T. Gregorio Armil J. Guillermo Saiteria P. Hermosando Alexander James B. Hernandez Wilfredo Dennis Jr. H. Ito Junco M. Hoxon Shanchris Matthew D. Laguerta Kirsten G. Liage Krista C. Legaspi Zairish Q. Leison Crispol H. Lopez Chloe Felicity M. Maravilla Jaime Lorenzo E. Marcaida Patrick John A. Marceliana Kelsey Erin K. Marquez Kaiden Victoria B. Martin Sai Gabriel D. L. Medina John Michael Howard I. Mercado Princess Antonia J. Mercado Haven Blurks C. Mosquera Allen Lawrence M. Oxan Micaela Odriel de Guzman. Onanja Frederick Red D. Osea Cherish Rihanna M. Pascual Phoebus Aphrodite de Lara. Peralta Santino Zachary R. Petalcorin Rian Alexis V. Ponce Eliza May A. Rangasa Natalie Altea C. Remolador Samantha Faith P. Rosales Zaqueo Rain de Alday. Satokya Josiah Jaire L. Salivar Trisha Lay Y. Tito Angelica May K. Trinidad Gwyneth L. Velasco Kia McLean N. Victoria Anika C. Villa Era Guinevere D. Villanueva Angelica Eunice A. Vilvar Angel May M. Wagan Yana Gabriel T. Zamora Chris Angel P.
Grade 8.
With high honors, Cordero Asha Iris R. Caritos Kenneth Angelo E. With honors, Abad Rowan Gabriel B. Abistado John Alexandra B. Afuang Christian Bill B. Agovida Diana Maureen A. Alvarez Micaela R. Anonuevo Lance Gilbert N. Balagosa Princess Ashley B. Beja Kyle Alistair D. Brusola Lady Hobian L. Bulaong Josh Hansen G. Kabutotan John Benedict J. Kapule Crizel Ann D. Karaig Ariel Ann D. Carretero John Arvin C. Katakutan Rihanna P. Cepeda Julian Sabina L. Seriola Joshua A. Serida Claudine Joy B. Cervantes Gabriel R. Cornejo Jana Carla G. Corpus Riana DL. Costillas Riana Shanti C. Crisologo Jassy Lishan A. De la Cruz Kim D. Diana Christine May D. Dimakulangan Joseph S. Dimagila Aster Huxley S. Escueta Alwen Juzil L. Go Shirel Ann C. Gutierrez Baby Lane F. Hadi Stephen Michael D. Hernandez Junel Krisha A. Hernandez Johanna Laura Lay D. Hernandez Princess Julia H. Ubinal Cassandra Margaret R. Mahinay Ros Andri P. Mahinay Ros Andy P. Manyabo Gabriel Denise S. Marfil Rizzi Sharel C. Mariano Shekaina May I. Martin Chads Levine C. Menjola Summer Christina. Mendones Jiyun J. Mendoza Hannah Lorraine M. Mesana Denise Martin M. Miranda Charis Angeli A. Molano Yeshua Nazarene E. Montañez Jazienda Mertel M. Monzon Jonely Joy L. Panganiban Janelle Marie S. Panis Alfonso Rafael L. Payar Nathaniel V. Poblete Natsumi T. Ramirez Clarice Noel A. Rodriguez Sheila Mariela G. Rosendo Rians P. Saike Seth Justin R. Salandanan Sabrina Luis B. Salvador Samantha Lian D. Samonte Jenna Faith Z. Sanico Stephanie K. M. Sigre Jairus Kiel G. Trinidad Vernice Joy L. Dodor Stephen B. Verhel de Jos Nikis Kirby A. Villalon Sofia Nicole D. Villaluz Francine Q. Villamor Gabriel Neil L. Virgo Aishen Nur Sophie N. Yambao Fosmer Q.
Grade 9 with honors.
Abad Antonia Isabel J. Achura Martha Chloe A. Aligam Zairil L. Almogel Sofia E. Ama Jarel Neil A. Ami Alver Sebastian N. Andres Jana Kelly C. Angeles Trixie May E. Arcega Isabella M. Atienza Zach Salchel L. Balanza Patricia Ann Caroline. Baldonado Yuri Ann Nicole. Baniked Alia Gwyneth B. Baterina Ryle Christian E. Batitis Franchelle Lorins F. Bigal Steven Randolph S. Blas Herc Devine Bryce C. Bobiles Ira Madison L. Bolivar Zion Maximilian C. Bravo Niv Dominic G. Brohan Sofia D. Buhain Asian M. Bukis Rain Aviona M. Burbos Frances Altea Nicole S. Cadasio Christine May A. Kalimbo Yesame N. Kamat Neil Brian A. Kamigla Joanna Marie N. Cantos Chelsea Alexi I. Cargado Mary Faith Alexis M. Kasakop Ron Dustin A. Castillo Mir Ashera E. Dangla Phoebe Daniel A. Dapilaga Aaron Samuel C. Dairo Jermaine M. De Guzman John Patrick D. De los Reyes Maria Cassandra M. Dizon Godfrey Ezekiel S. Escobar Edshan Leon A. Espeleta Herlene Y. Estremera Ashley V. Eugenio Aviet G. Fortaliza Ram Cedric. Garcia Gian Lizzie Z. Gomez Lian Faye C. Gonzales Gabriel Simone T. Ilagan Joanna Karin S. Ilaw Kija Kit D. Jacinto Cristal May C. Larga Serafin Timothy U. Liage Prince Red Tristan. Legasto Carl Lawrence A. Lerpido Ashley Jane P. Limpoco Kyle Alvin A. Liaga Jan Joseph Benedict M. Lopez Cleo Ann Catherine M. Lopez Mariol Kit. Makuto Sean Nicolay. Madera Kimberly B. Magpili Micaela Angela B. Marfil Akisha Kirsten Kane F. Mercado Maria Cassandra A. Mercado Pearly May C. Peralta Sofia Bianca R. Popa David Joseph S. Presbitero Altea Liz F. Kimson Nixie Nicole D. Ramos Kaisha Emerald C. Rangasa Nicole Amber C. Ro Lovely Grace B. Rombawa Jasmine Lady A. Saad Jeline Gail M. Salandanan Julia Audrey S. Samson Danica G. Santos Winfred Dale G. Saulon Fiona Bianca T. Sige Millie Joy B. Tadoy John Marl Dustin O. Tan Samuel Duan S. Tapay Alvin Matthew T. Chokson Maria Ivel Bernadette B. Toledo Luigi C. Tolentino Kristen Erich G. Tolete Graciel Ann A. Tranco Princess Rona E. Tres Valles Alexandra Luis V. Ursalino Kisha Mariel D. Vacaro James Ryan R. Valdez Irene Grace M. Vecinal Steven Jedrick C. Velasco Julia Ferrich P. Velasco Kin Michael N. Verhel de Jos Darrell John C. Wagan Ayan Ichiko G. Wagan Ayesha Margaret S. Yabes Junrey B. Zamora Hermione Shelby M. Zolina Kisha Janine D. Zulueta Samantha Joy S. First Special Jury Prize 18th International Poetry and Theater Festival Duino Castle, Trieste, Italy. Aguilar Andrea Dominic T. Agovida Raylene Mariel A. Angeles Alisa Kobe O. Angeles Jewel Lay A. Baez Ana Beatriz C. Banayad Winina S. Barrientos Alia B. Biglete Trisha A. Camacho Niño Gerald N. Garandang Brendan Aubrey L. Cepeda Julian Samantha L. Estremera Princess Julie V. Fernandez Sofia Ann M. Garjola Lucia Mariel M. Gercayo Lorenzo Rafael V. Gonzales Jillian C. Guanzon Ashley K. T. Gutierrez Ariel Jade P. Hernandez Nino Clarence B. Islam Amerinul D. La Forteza Schatz Mackenzie D. Larga Erika Isobel U. Lavinia Vince Joshua E. Longos Lance Aaron D. Mendoza Maya Jan Dasha. Mielo Justin May L. Ocampo Johan Jr. M. Palies Amaraya Frances A. Pama Frances Dustin A. Puño Sara May I. Ramos Angel Micaela D. Raquel Jan RV D. Reformo Maria Jamila A. Tabudlong Maria Cristina Cassandra S. Tanchico Zarina K. M. Changsing Niyoshi Hericel M. Usana Clezel RV S. Villena Rovi L. Watanabe Mary Lugil O. ASEAN Schools Games Qualifier Champion DepEd National Invitational Volleyball Competition Santa Rosa Volleyball Team Guillermo Kurtjan P. Fourth placer Track and Field Regional Division Maige Brian Christopher R. World Champion Cruz Saraya May P. Second place BIR TikTok Tax Talk Gomez Lian Faye C. United Nations Junior High School Speech Fest First place Hernandez Nino Clarence B. Second place Gonzales Jillian C. Third place Fernandez Sofia Ann M. Participant UN Peace Pulse International Arts Exhibition Guillermo Kurt John P. Estremera Princess Julie V. Mendoza Maya Jan Dasha. Participant International Essay Contest for Young People Goy Peace Japan. Aguilar Andrea Dominic T. Agovida Raylene Mariel A. Angeles Alisa Kobe O. Angeles Jewel Lay A. Baez Ana Beatriz C. Barrientos Alia B. Biglete Trisha A. Borja Ken Raven A. Camacho Nino Gerald N. Garandang Brendan Aubrey L. Cepeda Julian Samantha L. Estremera Princess Julie V. Fernandez Sofia Ann M. Garjola Lucia Mariel M. Gercayo Lorenzo Rafael V. Gonzales Jillian C. Guanzon Ashley K. T. Gutierrez Ariel Jade P. Hernandez Nino Clarence B. Islam Amarenul D. La Forteza Schatz Mackenzie D. Larga Erika Isabel U. Longos Lance Aaron D. Nielo Justin May L. Palies Amaraya Frances A. Pama Frances Dustin A. Ponteras Sean Roger C. Ramos Angel Micaela D. Raquel John R.V. D. Reformo Maria Jamila A. Tanchico Zarina K. M. Villena Rovi L. Watanabe Mary Jill O. Finalist, Sports Writing, Regional Schools Press Conference. Poblete Marian Vinice T. Third place, Sports Writing, Binyan Youth Journalism Virtual Summit, Poblete Marian Vinice T. Creative Story Writing for Children, First place, Chansing Miyoshi Hercel. Second place, Cepeda Julian Samantha M. Third place, Larga Erika Isabel U.
SMCL is proud of your achievements. Congratulations.
We shall now proceed to the awarding of honors. This is the highlight of today's ceremony, the bestowing of the General Scholastic Excellence Awards. Our awardees will receive their medals from our college president, Dr. Lourdes Almeda Sese. She will be assisted by our Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Maria Regina Milagros C. Manabat. With honors, this award is given to pupils who obtained a general average ranging from 90 to 94 based on DepEd Order Number 8, Series of 2015. Andalyon Haziv Zain C. Aspa Kurt Stephen C. Bangate Zian Yer B. Castillo Kristen Naomi P. Kasubha Jean Ronald V. Ceciliano Elijah Rodick D. Cuevas Denise Lia D. De la Cruz Maria Ariel Kiefer L. Dichoso Kaylin G. Eranio Johan Nicolette P. Fernandez Daniel Elijah B. Bayares Ared Luis V. Gonzalez Angel Cole M. Herrera Cassie Amelie H. Jamin Jared Alexander E. Laban Janelle Helena E. Marasigan Eden Lucas C. Marfil Jared V. Martin Amanda Chelsea C. Ong Micaela Denise C. Rakal Tadeus Feb T. Raquel Lance Gerard B. Reyes Ron Jefferson T. Miss Noviel Kristen M. With high honors, with high honors. This award is given to pupils who obtained a general average ranging from 95 to 97, Decade Order number 18, series of 2015. With high honors, Agustin Fernando Villar P. Agustin will receive a certificate of scholarship certifying that he will receive 100% discount on tuition fee net of ESC subsidy for 1 school year. Given this 30th day of July in the year of our Lord, 2022, signed by our President, Dr. Lourdes Almeda Sese. Alfonso Amiel Jonathan V. Amiel will also be receiving a certificate of scholarship certifying 100% discount on tuition fees of ESC subsidy for 1 school year, signed by our President. Junior high school with honors. This award is given to students who obtained a general average ranging from 90 to 94. Abiera Jen Mitzi E. Abraham Andrea Luis H. Aguilar Andrea Dominic T. Aguvida Raylene Mariel A. Alcantara Alexandra D. Alega Gabriel Ann V. Aliluran Christoph Amos C. Alindogan Eriza Kaini B. Almano Francine A. Almendral Arnold Joseph M. Alzona Oscar Lawrence T. Angeles Eliza Kobe O. Angeles Zuwale A. Arca Kathleen Zandra M. Baez Ana Beatriz C. Bagaboy Boy Precious Marie C. Banayad Rumina S. Barrientos Aliyah B. Bartolome Marla Ayeza M. Federico Ia Jane C. Beltran Martin Jeru A. Biglete Trisha A. Gora Ken Raven A. Buana Ezekiel C. Buenaventura Laila Eunice R. Camacho Nino Gerald N. Karandang Brendan Aubrey L. Katakutan Hana Nicole P. Celis Jillian Grace V. Cepeda Julian Samantha L. Clarion Lance Calvin B. Dagaraga Casey Irene D. Dequeros Camille P. Dimaano Charlene Ann B. Eduardo Carl Joseph G. Estremera Princess Julie V. Fernandez Daniela Eloisa Joy V. Fernandez Sofia Ann M. Franco Raymond James Benedict V. Galiza Zangeline V. Garjola Lucia Mariel M. Gekangao Pat Samuel E. Gercayo Lorenzo Rafael B. Gershel Thomas Ethan B. Jeslani Ethan Drake Cody C. Guanzon Ashley K. T. Giko Jasmine Anika G. Giko Patrick A. Guillermo Kurt John P. Gutierrez Ariel Jade P. Hernandez Nino Clarence B. Islam Amerinul D. Hanoras Paula Nicole A. La Forteza Jats Mackenzie D. Larga Erica Isabel U. Lavinia Vince Joshua E. Ramos Lance Aaron D. Lopez Ayeza Nadine S. Lucas Christine Danica G. Ludovice RGK Ray B. Manalo John Carl L. Marcelo Luis Antonio G. Mariano Ariza Marion A. Matibag Erich M. Mendoza Juliana Paula B. Mendoza Maya Jan Dasha. Mercado Mark Maverick L. Miranda Hannah Grace S. Montano Delph Andrea E. Mulato Laurabel L. Nashon Stephanie Lee D. Nocido Prince Earl R. Nodalo Hared Simon E. Ocampo John Jr. M. Ona Arabella Dara T. Ong Hannah Eunice G. Pabatao Zedel Fatima R. Padin John Adam Luis. Palagti Riyad Philip. Palias Amaraya Frances A. Pama Frances Dustin A. Pobleto Marian Venice T. Fronteras Sean Roger C. Cunyo Sarah May I. Vaneses Larine Bennett B. Raquel John RVD. Reformo Maria Jamila A. Revilia Dwayne Gabriel A. Reyes Sofia Bianca G. Sagasayan Hilary Joy M. Salandanan Hani Fried C.P. Salcedo Kurt Wilson M. Sanggalang Geliza Marie D. Santos Alexa Dominic G. Santos Nicolas Emmanuel R. Senodo Kenneth D. Sevilla Cassandra Keith E. Silvino Mark Nicole Gerald B. Simeon Andrea Jazel A. Solomon Princess Elise C. Sular Lance Adrian R. Suralta Eunice B. Tabudlong Maria Cristina Cassandra S. Tanchico Zarina K. M. Tarzana Glenn Lawrence. Changsing Noishi Harrisel M. Diozon Tristan Clarence B. Usana Plezel RVS. Ventura Ruiz Ann E. Verdera Jimwell Maiko C. Villaluz Nicole Q. Villena Ravi L. Watanabe Naomi M. Watanabe Mary Julie Lujil O. Yako Angelica Vivian D. And Zamora Jillian May D. With high honors. Again, this is given to students who obtained a general average ranging from 95 to 97. With high honors from junior high school, Jillian C. Gonzalez. Jillian will also receive 100% discount on tuition fee net of SCH voucher for 1 school year from the Office of the President. Nielo Justin May L. Justin May L. Nielo will also be given 100% discount on tuition fee net of SHS voucher for 1 school year. Ramos Angel Micaela D. Miss Angel will also receive 100% discount on tuition fees net of SH voucher for 1 school year. Congratulations to all our awardees. Thank you very much, Dr. Sese and Dr. Manaba. Ladies and gentlemen, to have the privilege of introducing our guest speaker is the Associate Director of Student Development and Activities, Mr. TJ.K. Medina.
The year was 2015, a year of transition, of restlessness. And it's not just because the late Noynoy Aquino was preparing to hand over his power to crowd favorite Rodrigo Duterte. It was also the year when we graduate the last batch of students from the old high school curriculum. They were fourth-year students preparing to go to college. As you see, there's no grades 11 and 12 then. We were at this same hall to usher these Michaelians to the next stage of their life. And at this same podium, our class valedictorian spoke of their envisioned future. The valedictorian must have talked about being service-oriented, morally upright, and committed citizens. which was a template based on our core values as Michaelians. But the worth of that speech is not how eloquently it was delivered, but how the ideas were realized years later. Teachers grade their students by how well the students perform in class. But how do we grade our schools? How do we grade our teachers? One way is by looking at the school's graduates. And one such graduate is our guest speaker this morning, a fine example of a Michaelian whose mettle can be measured by her advocacy for truth and social justice.
The only thing that we can do is to pay forward and continue to bring to others what we learned from SMCL. We shall not disregard the quality of recipe it has prepared for us, the Michaelian education that made us the persons we are now.
The work that I currently do, which is to debunk disinformation or what many people call fake news, is a way of holding people accountable for the information that they share and spread.
Dear SMCL family, please welcome our speaker, Verifiles reporter, fact checker, and training lead, Ms. Merinet Ama Retona.
You may now take your seats. Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much, Sir TJ, for that generous introduction. College President Dr. Lourdes Almeida Sese, Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Maria Regina MC Manabat, Grade School Principal, Dr. Elena R. Manalo, Junior High School Principal, Dr. Emily A. Almendral, Management Committee, faculty, proud parents, and most especially, dear graduates. I contemplated long and hard about what I want to tell you today. Initially, I thought I should say something that would at least inspire you as you take your next steps forward. But my reflection on what I should include in this speech only led me to realize that, wow, I have such a thankless and unappreciated job. My story as a journalist started in this very institution. I became part of the Michaelian Herald as early as grade 5, if my memory serves me right, and since then, I occupied various positions in the school paper until grade 10, the end of my high school years. My senior year in high school also meant it was time for me to make probably the first big decision of my life, to choose the course I would take in college, which is really just a teaser to the choice I have to make regarding the life I would like to live later on. As I was filling out the application form for the University of the Philippines college admission test, I found myself writing as my first choice of college course, BA Journalism. Fast forward to 7 years later, I'm standing in front of all of you today as a young 3-year-old journalist and fact checker who was to deliver a commencement speech but ended up having an early quarter-life crisis due to this question that naturally came to me while crafting this speech. What is it in my profession as a journalist that could inspire you? What exactly is inspiring in a job where every day you are called biased and treated as the enemy? Where you present the truth and are called a liar in return, only because the facts you laid out did not agree with what they already believe in or want to believe in. Where you do your best to champion the truth for the people you chose to serve, only for them to choose the lies. And then it occurred to me that the core value I actually hold with the highest regard, both as a journalist and as a Filipino, is a value I was introduced to, acquired, and learned to treasure in my 11 years here in St. Michael's College of Laguna. It is the value of service. Aside from being part of the campus paper, I was also a member of the C Club when I was in high school. The organization was one of the first doors to open and lead me to the cruel realities and violence of the world. But this unfortunate wake-up call came with a fortunate realization that I can actually do something to try to make a difference in my society, no matter how small or big it is. This is where I would express my hope that you do not take for granted the numerous awareness campaigns SMCL exposed you to, specifically on the matter of violence against women and children. I hope your commitment to the purpose did not end with a click of the camera, that you were able to see that in this world where people live with violence and human rights abuses just as how they breathe air, each and every effort that would accumulate to greater awareness on these things matter. They all matter. It was in this institution where I got to learn and value the kind of service I could contribute to the society. And this value of service, which I carried with me from when I was a Macallian to when I finally became an Iskolar ng Bayan, is, I believe, a determining factor as to why I end up choosing journalism as a profession. My years in the university exposed me to unheard narratives of marginalized sectors from different parts of the country. People from outside UP always say students who enter the university are brainwashed into believing a certain set of principles that do not reflect the reality. But I beg to disagree. It was the education and the university which ultimately got me out of this deceptive, unnecessary, optimistic trance that all is well. Because the reality is, there are a lot of people who are unwell due to circumstances that could have been avoided if not for the selfishness and greediness of some people. There are people who unjustly suffer the consequences some of irresponsible decisions made by others, sometimes by the very public officials we trusted to make sound decisions for us. There are people who are either shouting for their rights but are unheard, or whose voice are intentionally silenced for the benefit of the few. And then there are people who are being used and tricked into consuming deceptive information propagated by those who will do everything to distort our nation's history in their favor, even if it means pitting Filipinos against each other and furthering the country's divide. These are the people I choose to serve. It is their truth I choose to champion. And so, as you close a chapter of your student life today, I'd like to leave you with a quote I recently came across. It's from the book, There Are No Bad People in the World by Korean author Won Jae-hoon. The quote goes, "Although we yearn for hope in our most desperate situations, being hopeful may also lead us to frustration or temporary self-deception. Yet, it's between desperation and hope that courage is found." There are people, our fellow Filipinos, who are living in desperation every day as their means to survive. These are the people who would cling onto all the slivers of hope they could wrap their hands around because that's the only thing they're left with. Hope that their situation won't get worse or that days will eventually get better. I wish that you'll find in yourselves the courage to hope with them, to listen to their stories even if no one else seems to lend them their ears, to speak and stand up for their truth, especially when their voices aren't loud enough to be heard. And better yet, I hope you find in yourselves the courage to come down from your ivory tower, strip off your privileges, open your eyes to both the good and bad realities of our society, and embody the hope that we badly need in this world. Once again, congratulations, graduates. Serve the people, padayon.
Thank you very much, Ms. Marinette Bretona, for emphatically expressing your advocacy for truth, justice, and speaking truth to power. We hope our graduates will seize the opportunity to be advocates of change. Once again, a round of applause for our speaker. May I request our president to bestow the SM medallion to our speaker, to be assisted by Dr. Reina Manabat. We shall now come to the presentation of candidates from the middle school. The principal of SMCL Grade School will now present the candidates from the middle school. Please welcome Dr. Elena R. Manalo.
Dr. Lourdes Almeida-Sese, President of St. Michael's College of Laguna, as principal of the grade school of St. Michael's College of Laguna, and as attested by the college registrar, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for grade 6 completion. The candidates for completion from grade 6 section discipline. The candidates for completion from grade 6 section dignity. I hereby certify that the candidates for grade 6 completion have successfully completed all the requirements set forth in accordance with the laws of the Republic of the Philippines and the regulations of the Department of Education and that of St. Michael's College of Laguna. I request to confer upon them the appropriate certificate of completion with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
Thank you, Dr. Manalo. The principal of SMCL Junior High School will now present the candidates for graduation. Please welcome Dr. Emily A. Almendral.
Dr. Lourdes Almeida-Sese, President of St. Michael's College of Laguna, as Principal of the Junior High School of St. Michael's College of Laguna, I have the honor to present to you the candidates for grade 10 completion. Candidates from Section St. Michael. Candidates from Section St. Gabriel. Candidates from Section St. Raphael. Candidates from Section St. Uriel. Candidates from Section St. Barakiel. Candidates from Section St. Judiel. Candidates from Section St. Sitel. and candidates from Section St. Jeremiel. I hereby certify that the candidates for grade 10 completion have successfully completed all the requirements set forth in accordance with the laws of the Republic of the Philippines and regulations of the Department of Education and that of St. Michael's College of Laguna. I request to confer upon them the appropriate certificate of completion with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto.
In accordance with the laws of the Republic of the Philippines and regulations of the Department of Education and that of St. Michael's College of Laguna, upon recommendation of your principals and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Directors of St. Michael's College of Laguna, I, as President, accept and confirm your completion from the SMCL Grade School and SMCL Junior High School. You may now receive your certificates. My sincerest congratulations, Batch 2022.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sese, and congratulations, Class of 2022. You may now take your seat. We shall now come to the awarding of certificates. The certificates will be bestowed by the respective principal. The advisor will assist the principal and will call out the names of the graduates. May I now call on stage the principal of SMCL Grade School, Dr. Elena R. Manalo. To assist is Mrs. Evangeline B. Bahoy, the advisor of Grade 6 Discipline, and the names are to be read out by Ms. Jeneline L. Villar.
Good morning. I'm honored to present to you the completers from Grade 6 Section Discipline. Agustin Fernando Guilher P. with high honors and second place United Nations Grade School Speech Fest 2021-2022. Alfonso Emil Jonathan V. with high honors. Alvarez Rafael Jesse Y. Arzola Mark Angelo V. Aspa Kurt Stephen C. with honors. Baclor Ethan Andre G. Bangates Sionier B. with honors. Kasubha John Roland V. with honors. Paul Matthew Sean C. Fernandez Daniel Elijah B. with honors. Fulay Stephen Matthew B. Gonzalez Angel Cole M. with honors. Kamin Jared Alexander E. with honors. Lamata Raynor J. M. Magadia Sean Harish S. Marasigan Aiden Lucas C. with honors. Raquel Lance Gerard P. with honors. Reyes Ron Jefferson T. with honors. Rodriguez Kian Raj C. Salud Benedict John T. Uy Lance Chevy C. Aguilon Fiona May A. Aureliano Chelsea Megan A. Karatihan Krisha May E. Caretero Ashley May C. Cuevas Denise Leah D. with honors. Gachalian Shane Mary P. Lacson Sabina Jean A. Liaga Charisse Kristen B. Malonzo Louis Cave Angeline G. Manabat Alexia Jessie Coral D. Ompad Kasmira Kaina L. Padual Cyril Jules H. Pulido Kiana Diela S. Rondilia Alexi Marie A. with honors. Sales Nobiel Kristen M. with honors. Sanchez Yula Zandri Z. Santos Shania Bernice J. And Vizcara Micaela Ann C. Congratulations.
To call out the names of grade 6 dignity is Mrs. Evangeline B. Bahoy, and the advisor, Ms. Jeneline Villar, will assist Dr. Manalo.
Good morning. I have the honor to present to you the completers from grade 6 section dignity. Abarquez RCGOS. Andalon Jasib Sain C. with honors. Ansai Isaiah Dave L. Kalipayan Akiko Christian. Ceciliano Elijah Roderick D. with honors. Amis Miguel Rian I. De Guzman Zayan Riyad. Gayares Jared Luis V. with honors. Lopez Kyle Brent V. Marfil Jared V. with honors. Matabuena Jasper Michael C. Matilia John Christian T. Palmiano Hiromi Oy M. Rakal Tadeus Fev P. with honors. Sales Renzo Benedict C. Sarmiento Kevin James S. Tihonko Liam Kenji E. Diray Philip P. Almasan Cyrene Ann E. Balbin Amber Danica de Guzman. Castillo Kristen Naomi P. with honors. Castro Maria Lizelle A. Cervantes Gail R. De la Cruz Ariana Faith Eunice H. De la Cruz Maria Ayel Kaifer L. with honors. De Pante Chris Manel A. Dichoso Kailin G. with honors. Elieta Samantha N. Pereño Johan Nicolette P. with honors. Española Scarlett Dalrymple C. Hadlock Angela Marie M. Hernandez Jingle E. Herrera Cassie Amelie H. with honors. Laban Janelle Elena E. with honors. Martin Amanda Chelsea C. with honors. Ong Micaela Denise C. with honors. Rotasio Anika Angeline A. And Zilveta Shane Ann S. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Dr. Manalo and Ms. Villar, as well as to Mrs. Bahoy. We shall now call on the completers from junior high school. I would like to call on stage the principal of SMCL Junior High School, Dr. Emily A. Almendral. Grayton St. Michael. To assist is Ms. Josephine Torres, the advisor, and to read the names is Ms. Dr. Morena P. Guillermo.
I have the honor to present to you the completers of grade 10 St. Michael.
Borja Ken Raven A. with honors. Camacho Nino Gerald M. with honors and international essay writer. Dorcayo Lorenzo Rafael V. with honors, Silver Loyalty Awardee, and international essay writer. Gershaw Thomas Ethan B. with honors. Guillermo Craig John P. with honors, Gold Loyalty Awardee. ASEAN Schools Game Qualifiers Champion, DepEd Volleyball. Finalist, UN International Arts Exhibit. Hernandez Nino Clarence B. with honors. First place, UN Speech Fest and international essay writer. Lavinia Vince Joshua E. with honors, Gold Loyalty Awardee and international essay writer. Longos Lance Aaron D. with honors and international essay writer. Mercado Mark Maverick L. with honors. Ocampo Johan Jr. M. with honors and international essay writer. Monteros Sean Roger C. with honors. Raquel John RVD with honors and international essay writer. Rosanna Clezo RVS with honors and international essay writer. Villena Robbie L. with honors and international essay writer. Aguilar Andrea Dominic T. with honors and Silver Loyalty Awardee. Agovida Raylin Mariel A. with honors and international essay writer. Angeles Alisa Kobe O. with honors, international essay writer. Angeles Jewel Lay A. with honors and international essay writer. Anna Beatrice C. with honors, Gold Loyalty Awardee and international essay writer. Banayad Melina S. with honors and international essay writer. Barrientos Aliyah B. with honors and international essay writer. Biglete Tricia A. with honors and international essay writer. Karandang Brendan Aubrey L. with honors and Gold Loyalty Awardee and international essay writer. Cepeda
Maria Julian Samantha L. with honors and international essay writer, second place, UN Speechless, and creative story writer. Estremera Princess Julie V. with honors, international essay writer, and finalist, UN Speech Fest. Fernandez Sofia Ann M. with honors, international essay writer, and third place, UN Speech Fest. Virgila Michelle Mariel M. with honors and international essay writer. Gonzalez Julian C. with high honors, Gold Loyalty Awardee, international essay writer, and second place, UN Speech Fest. Wanzon Ashley KT with honors and international essay writer. Gutierrez Ariel JP with honors and international essay writer. Islam Amerino D with honors and international essay writer. La Forteza Chance Mackenzie D with honors and international essay writer. Larga Erika Isabel Yu with honors and international essay writer, third place, UN Speech Fest. Lopez Aiza Nadine S with honors. Mendoza Maya Jan Tasha with honors, finalist, UN International Speech Fest. Nielo Justine May L with high honors and international essay writer. Palias Amaria Francis A with honors, Gold Loyalty Awardee, and international essay writer. Pama Francis Dustin A with honors and international essay writer. Sarah May I with honors and international essay writer. Ramos Angel Michaela D with high honors and international essay writer. Reformo Maria Jamila A with honors and international essay writer. Tabudlong Maria Cristina Cassandra S. with honors and international essay writer. Panchico Zarina K.M. with honors and international essay writer. Chenzi Yoshi Herschel M. with honors, Silver Loyalty Awardee and international essay writer. Chelsea is also the first place creative story writing. Congratulations. Congratulations. And international writer goes to this team, San Miguel, because they participated twice, one in the Goy Peace essay writing in Japan. And then they won first prize, first place by the jury in the international contest in Italy. So we gave them that certification. For Drayton St. Gabriel, Dr. Guillermo shall assist Dr. Almendral, and the name shall be read by Ms. Josephine Torres.
I have the honor to present to you the completers from grade 10 St. Gabriel. Almendral Arnold Joseph M. with honors. Alsona Oscar Lawrence T. with honors. Beltran Martin Jeru A. with honors. Duama Ezekiel C. with honors. Dignadice Joshua E. Jeslani Ethan Drake Cody C. with honors and gold loyalty awardee. Ludivise R.G. Ray B. with honors. Mercado John Dwayne R. Lucido Prince Earl R. with honors. Padin John Edom Luis M. with honors. Santos Nicolas Emmanuel R. with honors. Saison Dominic Ian V. Senido Kenneth B. with honors. Pioson Tristan Clarence P. with honors. Berdera Jimwell Nicole C. with honors. Abria Jen Mitzi E. with honors. Abraham Andrea Luis H. with honors. Alega Gabriel Ann V. with honors. Alindogan Erica Kane B. with honors. Arca Caitlin Sandra M. with honors. Maxine Precious Sarah C. Bartolome Marla Ayesha M. with honors. Katakutan Hannah Nicole P. with honors. Celis Jillian Grace V. with honors. Ragaraga Casey Irene D. with honors. Viqueros Camille P. with honors. Fernandez Daniela Eloisa Joy B. with honors. Galusa Sangeline V. with honors. Vicor Jasmine Annika G. with honors. Gutierrez Baby Jen F. Honoras Paula Nicole A. with Diaz Christine Danica G. with honors. Matibag Erich M. with honors. Mendoza Juliana Paula B. with honors. Molato Lorabel R. with honors. Nashon Stephanie Lee D. with honors. Ong Hannah Eunice G. with honors. Reyes Sofia Bianca G. with honors. Sagasayan Hilary Joy M. with honors. Sanggalang Eliza Marie D. with honors. Solomon Princess Elise C. with honors. Soralda Eunice B. with honors. Villaluz Nicole Q. with honors. And Samora Julian May D. with honors. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Ms. Flores and Dr. Guillermo. Rayton St. Raphael. Ms. Glinda shall assist Dr. Almendral, and the name shall be called by Mr. Kevin Limosiner.
I have the honor to present to you the completers from Grade 10 St. Raphael. Akawili Nico J. Aguilar Red Luis M. Aliluran Christoph Amos C. with honors. Aluning Red Viper P. Belan Melchan John C. Bourbon Gabriel Joaquin C. Gold Loyalty Awardee. Cabeza Jerome Marco D. Clemente Carl Luis A. Daigon Carl Anton D. Diamitas Miko Ezekiel C. Garduque Nads Craig C. Ikangaw Pat Samuel E. with honors. Gonzales John Rafael P. Hadlock Adrian James M. Legastol Gian Sean M. Silver Loyalty Awardee. Mahinay Ross Jude P. Marcelo Luis Antonio G. with honors. Marfil Paulo Lorenzo E. Ambrog Carlson Ian S. Palagtil Riyad Philip with honors. Reyes Angelo V. Soler Alejandro A. Solar Lan Franz Adrian R. with honors. Alcantara Alex D. with honors. Almadine Abigail F. Aniseta Natlin Angela Joy B. Atilio John Marie H. Bagaboy Boy Precious Marie C. with honors. Merong Candice Lillian G. De Leon Shena G. Del Prado Erica May M. Enriquez Luisa Marie Faye G. Hernandez John Lindsay B. Jordan Alexa Bianca F. Maliglig P.D. Francesca C. Mapala Diana F. Mariano Shaira Marie I. Messias Kate Margaret M. Miranda Wilmina Aim M. Pabatao Sidel Fatima R. with honors. Pobletes Marian Vince T. with honors. Salandanan Hannah Fritzy P. with honors. Sa Montesa Kate Cassandra M. Santos Alexa Dominic G. with honors. Simeon Andrea Giselle A. with honors. And Ventura Riz Ann E. with honors. Congratulations.
Grade 10 St. Uriel. Mr. Kevin shall assist our principal, and to read out the names is Mrs. Glinda Peñaflor.
I have the honor to present to you the completers for grade 10 St. Uriel. Almarines Access Eta B, Silver Loyalty Awardee. Magasina Christian Rafael T. Kasaban Robin B. De la Cruz Vincent Sebastian M. Franco Raymond James Benedict B. with honors. Gomez and Christian Wilder. Jose Wilbur Martin C. Carlos Bernan Gabriel L. Kodo Yuri Rafael D. Lario Jared B. Natayan Blake Patrick V. Marasigan Nathan Miguel C. Melgarejo Alain Nicoli L. Messias Keith Lawrence M. Orubia Ezekiel Ken S. Ovilia Kino David D. Silver Loyalty Awardee. Pilapil Noriel Kenneth E. Roque Dominic F. Tarzana Glenn Lawrence with honors. Tolentino Brent Ryan R. Ovania James Clark Kent A. Vergara Justin Jade A. Villanueva Vince Gabriel L. Almendral Maria Linda Naomi C. Raven May G. Bagtasos Laika Ariana S. Federico Ia Jane C. with honors. Bernal Shaina Marie V. Blanco Marian Lia C. Wenceslaw Mary Jerry Ann C. Carpio Angela Judy. Katindi Joanna Briza B. De Leon Shira May O. Ebon Anna Katrina V. Tikana Francine Aliyah V. Infante Jeka Elaine S. Gold Loyalty Awardee. Madrona Sean Ashley M. Mariano Ariza Marion A. with honors. Masabka Jamil R. Miranda Hannah Grace S. with honors. Paelga Dayan Sophia B. Ramos Christy Therese A. Ventura Denise Trish J. Watanabe Naomi N. with honors. And Yako Angelica Bigendi with honors. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Peñaflor and Sir Kevin. Grade 10 Saint Barakiel. To assist is the advisor, Mr. Mark Alvin B. Talabucan, and to read the names is Ms. Rizame L. Amador.
Good morning. I have the honor to present to you the completers of grade 10 St. Berkel. Almogel Nash Gabriel E. Antonio John Irwin A. Arcega John Christian C. Bigueras Vince Andrew D. Blanza Jean Edric S. Cruz Alex Anthony M. Dairit Noel Jr. L. Dean Daniel Han E. Ekisabel Reniel Luis U. Ferrer James Romuel G. Floralde Carl Emil L. Hernandez Matthew B. Leocadio Michael Jr. N. Maige Brian Christopher R. Track and Field Regional Qualifier. Malabanan Menandre D. Makidato Champ Andre E. Mendoza Carlos Miguel M. Miguel Joseph Gabriel D. Nazarionda Arthur Dean M. Marine Kyle Stephen B. Sabo John J.D. Miguel D. Salameda Dale Andrew P. Zarate Eduardo III B. Zolina Sep Geniel D. Ambas Ayesha April F. Cruz Blanchesca Cosette O. De Ada Maria Fiona O. Dinaano Charlene Ann B. with honors. Escanio Lovely Ivana O. Silver Loyalty Awardee. Evasco Angel M. Gamba Eliza M. Gatto Kyla Isabel. Giri Princess Nicole P. Infante Andrea Christine Gold Loyalty Awardee. Iral Jasmine Bianca C. Danurias Jeru N. Malaga Irene B. Malyari Abigail B. Onishi Kauri L. Ponsalan Faith Angela S. Ramos Patricia B. Reynoso Joey Bien Alexin E. Sacramento Althea H. Sanico Maria Joel Yan, Silver Loyalty Awardee. And Temprosa Kim Samuel G. Congratulations.
Grade 10 St. Judiel. Ms. Riza Amador, the advisor, shall assist. And to read the names is Mr. Mark Alvin Talabuca.
Good morning. It is my honor to present to you the completers from St. Judiel, starting with Agarap Lance Noel L. Alon Carlos James B. Amaro Ayon Benedict L. Arrogancia Ashley M. Badlis Mark Adrian B. Bandola Allen Justin D. Bedeo Cedric Anthony M. Silver Loyalty Awardee. Belen Russell Patrick V. Blanco Jamir Chester C. Buenaflor Serich N. Capco Kit Julio A. Escasa Dwayne Wade P. Espeja Humphrey Dave D. Fernandez Charlie II P. Flores Renzel V. Gonzaga John Primo N. Hizukuri Patrick Brian P. Lozano John Dale M. Magwad James Alford E. Manse Alexi James B. Mapano Kurt Andre M. Munoz Lyron Lee. Naval Angelo J.A. Ocaña Ryle Enrique Silver Loyalty Awardee. Ortiz Cedric James D. Rico Kairos Carl V. Sarmiento Neil II Z. Sige Cedric Christoph R. Silva Charles Leon G. Tira John Vincent O. Trozado Roby Kurt J. Gold Loyalty Awardee. Zamora Gabriel Christian C. Acosta Mika Russell F. Amarante Mary Jocelyn C. Chamir Agatha R. De Castro Gian Lorraine C. Escobar Maxim Joy L. Evaldone Yumi P. Giko Majan Ruzi I. Imperial Samantha S. La Famia Alia Kendra A. Makali Althea Jersey A. Mendez Ava Brianna R. Samson Christine Jade A. And Torno Crispin Geraldine B. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Rosa and Sir Lemar. Brayton St. Cynthia. Ms. Abigail shall assist. And once again, Ms. Rosa will read the names.
I have the honor to present to you the completers of grade 10 St. Cynthia. Alfonso Raziel David R. Almeda Joshua Gabriel S. Angeles Joel Mikhail F. Bahoy Gerard M. Gold Loyalty Awardee. Batoon Braynan Eisler L. Bautista Anton Jose S. Bisnar Reno Angelus E. Beaumont France Joey P. Silver Loyalty Awardee. Kabantok Wiki Hayden H. Candila Simon Nicolas E. Carpena Sebastian F. Cataran Jens Andre G. Clarine Lance Calvin B. with honors. Cruz Carl Albert B. Cuevas Kristen Brain M. Bison Carl Angela Ray B. Eduardo Carl Joseph G. with honors. Pharaon J. West M. Galvez John Reese A. Laurito Juan Dominic III B. Lodor Ian Miguel P. Matsui Kenshi Ethan Clark B. Monica Jemuel N. Pamplona Eugene Julian B. Pangilinan Christian Rafael A. Karate Rembrandt Biel A. Pasao Angel Andre L. Revilla Dwayne Gabriel A. with honors. Reyes Rain Isaac O. Gold Loyalty Awardee. Jomer C. Tarosa Adrian Michael U. Testa Arnaldo Jose Angelo Q. Angeles January D.S. Kaakbay Maureen Abigail B. Carion Sofia Riza N. De las Armas Hannah Leica M. Bisongo Alessandra M. Gomez Abigail M. Hernandez Mariah Kathleen F. Imperial Angel Jade R. La Roga Jamaica T. Malihana Cherish C. Meram Vivian Joy M. Ana Arabella Dara T. with honors. Ramirez Andrea G. And Renesses Lorraine Bennett B. with honors. Congratulations.
Grade 10 St. Jeremiel. Ms. Amador shall assist Dr. Almendral, and Ms. Mahusay shall read out the names.
Good morning. It is my honor to present to you the completers from Grade 10 St. Jeremiel. Aceveda Hans Alfred E. Agato Justin Benedict A. Candelaria Clark Raven L. Carino Yuan Cedric S. Viron Sean Cromwell C. Vico Dwayne Sky M. Vico Patrick A. with honors. Gliden Aaron David L. Hidalgo Pedrick Miguel DeFort P. Juan Samporo Matthew P. Manalo John Carl L. with honors. Matias Carl Angelo P. Masana Kit M. Modalo Jared Simon E. with honors. Salcedo Kurt Wilson M. with honors. Silvino Mark Paul Gerald B. with honors. Solema Vince Axel C. Santa Ines Johan S. Shijo R. Almano Francine A. with honors. Almeda Nina Keishin M. Buenaventura Leila Eunice R. with honors. Tapio Lovely May S. Ignacio Princess Kiara E. Levita Christine Joyce S. Maaka Princess Juliet L. Magno Shaira Clarice A. Manso Kate Cyril G. Martin Clyde Shane A. Martinez Alia Shaira S. Montano Del Adria A. with honors. And Sevilla Cassandra Kit E. with honors. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you very much, Miss Abby and Miss Riza. Thank you very much. Would like to make mention that Marian Venice Poblete of Brayton Raphael is our third place in sports writing in the division of Banyan and our lone finalist in the Regional Schools Press Conference. Thank you very much, Dr. Almendral. And congratulations. Give yourselves a round of applause. You are now officially completers of your own level. To deliver her response on behalf of the graduating class 2022, please welcome with high honors from grade 10, Jillian C. Gonzalez.
To our beloved President, Dr. Lourdes Almeida Sese, our guest speaker, Ms. Marinette Ariatana, Vice President for Academics and Research, Dr. Maria Regina Milagros C. Manabat, members of the Management Committee, Council of Heads, faculty members, parents, and fellow completers, a pleasant morning to everyone. SMCL has really given us a lot of opportunities that help us hone our skills, discover our talents, and develop what we have within ourselves. The lessons SMCL has taught us are deeply rooted within us. The core values live with us as we grow as individuals and useful citizens of our country. Looking back, I cannot help but be overwhelmed with what we have become. I have been here since kindergarten, as well as some of my co-completers, and we have seen how SMCL has metamorphosed through the years. Our junior high school journey was like a sea of adventures. We encountered different challenges and experiences as we set sail on different islands. It was almost like an odyssey. From the excitement and nervousness we felt during our first year in junior high school, adapting to a new environment, to the exact same feeling we felt when we first attended school fully online, adjusting to a new mode of learning due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Everything was unprecedented indeed, but SMCL has always been there to lead us through an extraordinary way while discovering the unknown. All of it did not hinder us from being the best that we can be. Completing the first 10 episodes of our academic journey has also brought various realizations that made us agile and resilient. We realized that we may grow weak physically and mentally, but we need to bounce back and accept the realities of life. We become aware of diverse opinions, motives, and schemes that we see in social media and around us that make us strong and determined to be on our toes again. We come to realize that truth cannot exist without facts, that history must be respected and understood, that lies spread faster than truth, and that not everything on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube is true. It dawned on us that we need to do our share in creating a better Philippines. We cannot just wait for results. We need to bring in the results. We may be young and inexperienced, but we know what are worth fighting for. On behalf of my fellow completers, I would like to express our sincerest gratitude to the men and women of SMCL, ably led by our admirable President, Dr. Lourdes Almeida Sese. Let us give them a round of applause. To our family, classmates, and friends who made the journey less difficult and worth traveling, thank you for allowing us to reach this far. Thank you for the inspiration that will carry us through the years. So, Generation Z, we are embarking on a new journey to the future and beyond. Congratulations to all of us. Now, with pride in our hearts, we say all together, SMCL, our home and pride. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you very much, Jillian Gonzalez. For our grade 6 completers, would like to call on Ms. Denise Leah D. Cuevas to lead in the Pledge of Loyalty. Grade 6, please rise.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I hereby solemnly pledge to inculcate in me the desirable traits, values, and virtues of a true Filipino based on an abiding faith in God. I will do my best to develop my potentials and become a disciplined, nationalistic, and productive citizen in the community. I will strive to be aware of my rights and sincerely perform my duties and my responsibilities in a democratic society. I will give my loyalty to my alma mater and my heartfelt gratitude to my teachers who have given me the fundamental knowledge, attitudes, habits, and skills. I pledge to use this basic knowledge in proper application to appropriate life situations, especially in the making of a society that is peaceful and progressive. So help me God. Thank you and congratulations.
You may now be seated. Now, grade 10 completers, you are now incoming members of the SMCL Alumni Association. to lead in the recitation of the Alumni Pledge is Dr. Maria Regina M.C. Manaba.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. As a graduate of St. Michael's College of Laguna and an eligible member of the SMCL Alumni Association, I hereby solemnly declare that I will discharge willingly and faithfully the responsibilities of membership in this association. Furthermore, I promise to uphold and obey its constitution and bylaws. In particular, I will do everything in my power to promote solidarity and friendship among my fellow members, to cultivate cooperation between our association and the school, and finally, to reap more glories for the good name of our alma mater. So help me God. Congratulations and welcome to the SMCL Alumni Association.
Thank you very much, Dr. Regina Manaba. May I request everyone to please rise. With pride in our heart, let us sing the Alma Mater song. The 10th commencement day of the middle school and the 7th closing ceremony of our junior high school. Finally,
all of the acknowledged members of the management team of St. Michael's College of Laguna, and all present, a blessed day to everyone, especially to our beloved President, Dr. Lourdes Almeida Sese, and to our dear parents. Graduation ceremonies are indeed bittersweet moments for all of us. Not only do they signal our success in elementary education, but also the end of our carefree childhood years. As we mature and get ourselves ready for the brand new challenges high school life will throw at us, I couldn't help but reminisce about all the fun activities and joyful moments we've spent here at St. Michael, like how we first joined the Festival of Talents, how my classmates and I messed around, and the first time I became speaker or host in activities and events just like today. It's such a pity that the pandemic had to happen and it robbed us of all the opportunities we could have used making more precious memories here. However, COVID-19 has also tested our resilience as learners and those involved shaping our young minds. We've learned to become more independent, studious, and responsible in carrying out our academic duties at home. We would also like to take this opportunity to thank our teachers for helping us in everything we needed to accomplish here at school, for doing your teaching tasks, and for your unending patience in knowing us. Thank you also, dear classmates, for making our elementary years one that we will always treasure, and for being part of this wonderful experience. Thank you to our loving parents for doing everything you can to secure our future by keeping us here at St. Michael's College of Laguna, for choosing for us a school that allows us to be academically ready to face the higher ladder of our studies, and for keeping us company all throughout this new normal demands. We wouldn't be where we are right now if it weren't for your sacrifice. We hope we have made you proud. And finally, for our beloved institution, St. Michael's College of Laguna. With the years we've spent within the four walls of this esteemed institution, we've acquired numerous life lessons, but the one I personally hold closest to my heart is that projecting warmth and inclusivity to everyone. Everywhere I go here inside my alma mater, there will always be smiling students and staff greeting me, creating that atmosphere of warm hospitality. Not even once had I ever felt I was alone in this school, and I believe we should be doing more of that, especially in these trying times. Indeed, SMCL has not only taught us, but shown us its core values of service, moral uprightness, commitment to excellence, and love for humanity and intercultural sensitivity. I would say, continue doing what you've envisioned SMCL and your graduates to be. Accomplish your mission, and we, your graduates, will continue to wave the banner of red, blue, and white. So, with that said, let us all look forward to the next chapters of our lives and continue working hard to reach our goals. Mabuhay ang St. Michael. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone viewing this middle school commencement day premiere. It is my privilege to pay tribute to the special people in our lives, our dear parents. This special day will not be possible without you. You have been there for us since day one, and we were given to you by God as a blessing, but you became more of a blessing to us. You have been there to support, guide, help, and mold us into the being you want us to be. We may not be as always what you dream us to be, due to our hard-headedness and idiosyncrasies. Rest assured that we will outgrow those characteristics we need to change. Just continue to be with us, love us, and we promise to do our part when our time would come. Ladies and gentlemen, please watch this video presentation we prepared for our dear parents as a manifestations of our love, respect, and gratitude. Mommy, Daddy, Mama, Papa, Nay, Tay, Inay, Itay, Momshi, Dashi, our dear parents. Thank you very much, and we love you.
Never knew the girl that you once were, or the boy that Dad once was, but I feel I do tonight. Maybe it's because traveling through the years at the speed of light, missing you, Mom and Dad, tonight. So till I'm back in your arms again, these words from the heart I send. You gave me love, you gave me life, helped me find my better side, made my heart and you made my bones, gave me strength to stand alone, the first to cheer when I dared to fly, and when I fell the first to cry. And if my dreams ever come true, it's all because of you. All because of you. For every time when I didn't call or even think of you at all, there were so many more I did. When I thank God I was your kid, but now the hour is growing, and these feelings just won't wait. So I've just got to let you know how much I love you so. You gave me love, you gave me life, you helped me find my better side, made my heart and you made my bones, gave me strength to stand alone, the first to cheer when I dared to fly, and when I fell the first to cry. And if my dreams ever come true, it's all because of you. All because of you. Any good thing I do, it's all because of you.
You the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost in the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you.
There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain.
When I believed in forever and everything would stay the same.
Now my heart feels like December when somebody say your name.
Cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day, yeah.
Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday, hey. But everything will be alright. Go and raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost in the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. Memories bring back you. There's a time that I remember when I never felt so lost.
When I felt no love, the hatred was too powerful to stop.
Now my heart feels like an ember and it's lighting up the dark.
I'll carry these torches for you, cause you know we'll never drop, yeah.
Everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday, hey. But everything will be alright. Go and raise a glass and say, hey. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, but you're not. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost in the way. Cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. Memories bring back you. Memories bring back you. Memories bring back you.